Now on Radio 4, James is 16 and severely autistic. He's been given a place at a residential school full-time, and his parents and 3 brothers are preparing for the change. In It's My Story, Letting Go of James, Anna Scott Brown follows the family over a year as James makes the move and they all adjust to the new circumstances.
I've driven home from work in tears many times recently because I just don't want to let go. And the knowledge that it's coming and the saying goodbye, and I think it's going to be quite a long haul those last few weeks before he goes. Do you know, I haven't even started to accept it, actually. The bottom line is we don't want him to go.
At the same time, 2 years ago, before residential school was a possibility, and we sat in meetings and said, we're desperate, we can't cope with the situation, we need more help, we need more care. We're facing improvement now, but on the other hand, if it wasn't happening, we'd be facing a whole lot of different issues.
It's all systems go to get him transitioned, which is a big project because we don't have a way of telling him it's going to happen. So it has to all be experiential, and we're just trying to get him as comfortable as we can at the new school. The visits are tending to come up very fast, and we just kind of get on and do it, and it's only when you arrive you suddenly realise what you're doing. And we're both feeling a bit fragile, so we wait and see how he gets on this afternoon. We hope today will go well.
Actually come in and see him enjoying these places, you know, enjoying the sensory room and the soft play and the ball pool and everything, and actually to be here and see him enjoying it is really nice, actually.
Oh wow, now he's on the trampoline. It's just like, it is just like a theme park actually. He's one very, very fortunate boy, I have to say.
Shall I go and get the carpet tiles and paint tiles and you can have a look?
Now that's really exciting as a mum to go and see his bedroom, and they're going to allow us to choose the colour of the paint. It's just so exciting because it's like home, and it's also quite upsetting actually. So I just realised he's going to go. It was, for James, a very positive day. Quite mixed up for us because actually I haven't seen him so happy for a while. I mean, he was all smiles and eye contact, and that is the real James, and that's why we're doing what we're doing, is to retrieve that James, really. And I find myself actually getting quite jealous that I couldn't kind of offer that at home and realise that, you know, it was right that he was going and he did need this, because he has been very aggressive and he has been very unhappy.
I think when he was younger, when he was quite little, we would take a few small risks and things would go wrong, and then we'd pick up the pieces because we could, because he was little. Now that he's 16 and he's huge, you just don't take those kind of risks anymore.
Most of the last few years has been very negative at home, it's got to be said. We've not enjoyed much time together, happy time.
Ooh, look at that!
So we're all going to be allowed to go on your helicopter, Benjamin?
And off it goes!
I think William's possibly the one, the eldest, who may have lost out a bit. The younger ones, they can catch up.
Yeah, the batch is quite low, I think.
Edward wasn't accepted for cycling proficiency this year because he's just not been out cycling with his dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
He can't swim properly yet because we don't go swimming at the weekends. They've not even been as far as the north or Scotland because it's just too much for James.
Turn it off, Edward. Turn it off, Ed.
One of the things they've said is, can we go somewhere else on holiday? You know, I mean, Benjamin would love to do camping. I have to say, James has been a great excuse. We're going to have to go camping now. I don't like camping, but there we go.
Your violin's here. Your violin lesson is at...
Last night one of the children was playing in Battle of the Bands, his first big band gig, which was terribly exciting. Neither of us were there. So many times we're not there for the other children, we're not at something they're doing, and we're never there together.
So why didn't you put James into care earlier?
Because it had to get desperate to be able to let go of him, because he's our son and we keep coping.
Representatives of every day school in the area had to see James, do an assessment and refuse to take him before the county would consider residential schooling.
Which
it
is
had
right.
to be that there was no other alternative. So actually nobody was offering it earlier, and it's certainly not the kind of thing you can find a budget for yourselves.
And I think it was about his own happiness. And we suddenly realised with sort of sickening thud that his quality of life had deteriorated as well, because in order to manage him, he was completely on his own, bored to tears. That was what pushed us to residential schooling.
House 6. You're going to meet some of your friends who you're going to be living with. Want to come in?
What James did on Tuesday was he spent the night at his new school in the actual residential part for the first time. The reason we were there was to talk the staff through his bath time and bedtime routines.
Can I introduce myself? I'm the behaviour support specialist.
There was the meeting first.
So we finally got to the nitty-gritties in that meeting, actually. I felt we were listened to.
Your perspective, what you want for James?
I'd now like to see us make progress again and be able to perhaps walk through a shop safely. Would this be a school that could actually move him on and help him to be able to be in a room with other people and not constantly segregated because he couldn't?
It's the very basic
If we could
life
ever
skills, isn't it, really?
crack
Yeah.
a working system of communication.
And how optimistic are you that it's going to make the difference?
I think we just don't know, really. I mean, I think went through a stage when he was younger of going through a bereavement for what he was not going to be. And I think actually you come through that and come out the other side. I think I've accepted him as he is.
Because, I mean, going back, we were told that he would speak. And we did everything we could in vain endeavour to get him speaking. And it was a very painful time.
But there was a diagnosis, which was the worst moment, actually.
Yeah.
That he was not a mildly autistic boy, he was a severely autistic boy. And it took some years to really realise that. Oof.
I think it's really good here. They make it like as if you're at home, so it's quite cool. We might miss him a bit, but I think he'll enjoy it more than he will at home.
So often, you know, James is somebody we feel sorry for, and it's not going to be as good for James, and actually he's coming somewhere where they would love to be.
The irony is really that the whole process is bringing us closer to James, just at the time when we're about to say goodbye to him to go to residential school.
I'm not sure I would do that. No. I'm coming to do James's bedtime. I'm his mum. James, I'm going to do bath time. He's actually a really good boy, aren't you? So you're not being scary at all tonight, are you? You're a very, very good boy. And you get a lovely intensive interaction at this stage. I think it was quite hard for the key worker. I think we were both quite tense.
Is there a mark sheet with you? I mean,
Sorry?
is there something you've
And,
recorded?
you know, you can feel quite cross and resentful.
Do relax. I know it's such a tense time for all parents.
I mean, the key worker took the duvet and duvet cover off me because she was irritated with me, which upset me ridiculously. You know, it's really silly, but it's a very strained relationship. All right, good night, James. Sleep well.
It's mine now.
You know, there will come a stage where the staff know more about him than I do. Okay, sleep well. All right. I don't suppose he'll forget us, will he?
I think what really hit me was that James had this night there, we'd taken him over there, but in the morning we'd taking him home, but next time we won't be taking him home. We'll be leaving him there.
Are there anything specifically that you're doing at the moment? The time is short now until he goes, to prepare yourself.
Well, practically I'm panicking about the fact I've done nothing about packing him up for it yet. We've got the holiday beforehand, which is extraordinary timing, because that's again when we're thrown together more than we would be. You eat your dinner off it.
Thanks.
Cool.
You know how to do that. You can't.
Stop. Here we are at the holiday cottage. We're staying in Cornwall. We've been here lots of times before because we know that we can manage James here.
Chinese building Japanese. There was one magical moment. James was having a run around the garden at one end, and also a music therapist. He was there with us and said, "Oh, do you mind if I get my guitar out?" And James just stopped and looked at him, and then James walked towards him. And then James
we were
just
kind of,
took
oh my
him.
goodness,
We were
he's going
watching.
to attack him.
And then James just took him and just sat him down, and James was completely entranced, just watching him rocking backwards and forwards, absolutely involved. And after a while, we looked and realised that actually this chap was doing the singing and was playing the chords with his fingers, but actually the one who was strumming was James.
Amazing.
And for about 10 minutes, James was totally entranced with him.
This poor chap was
lovely.
frozen, wet knees.
But
sitting
he
in the
was
wet
he
grass,
was pleased as well.
But he
I
was
mean,
he was
yeah.
delighted. And
He
it was
was,
very
yeah.
very special.
Yes, it was lovely.
He had a very, very bad tantrum at the cottage. There was nothing, we could do nothing with him. Just plonked himself in the middle of the road, and we had to, the only way we moved him on in the end was to take an arm each and run him very, very fast with him head-banging like mad. Absolutely horrible. And I can't run that fast. I was thinking, I can't let go, but I can't keep up. It was absolutely horrible. It really shocked us, didn't it?
Yes.
And he ran, at one point he ran away from us and he ran towards our friend who was with the other children. That was a heart-stopping moment. We're actually shouting at them to run away, which was absolutely awful, you know, and we don't want to go there anymore.
No.
But he doesn't want to go back, so if you go back then that's it really. Then it's time for him to go. I don't want to finally face it.
Hi there.
Hi.
So this is all his packing here on the table?
Yeah, that's bedding, towels, all that sort of thing. I'm just really pleased with myself. I found a really nice cushion. That sounds really silly. A nice head-banging cushion, but...
And someone told me it was Edward's birthday today.
Today. Yes, I forgot about that one. Yeah, but we celebrated that yesterday. And we had an invitation out to somebody's 50th birthday an hour ago. And we took breath to think, oh, no, we can't. Well, we can go. It's extraordinary. It's, you know, at once really upsetting and also incredibly liberating, to be honest. You know, really,
Freedom.
really, yeah, it is freedom, actually. It is freedom.
But
and
at
yet,
a real cost.
at a real cost. In fact, I'm going to go and relieve Charles of bath time in a minute because I want to do the last bath time. I've just realised it's the last bath time, actually, so if you'll excuse me, I've just realised. Hello, smiley man. Oh, don't smile at me because you've got to get to... Don't do smiles. It's really hard.
It's funny because we're getting lots of smiles and lovely, you know, times with him being happy when you feel, oh, we don't want him to go. This is so lovely. But actually, we've had some quite tricky times this last 3 days.
Yeah,
And
it's definitely been downhill. Charles, I do this every day of my life. It's fine. I can do his hair, thank you. For example, I couldn't find a juice cup. Gorgeous smile. It's heartbreaking. And he was just standing kind of lowering over me, you know, and I thought, I can't find a cup, this is so awful, you know, and you can't shout.
If Jane's doing something with him in the house and I'm the other end of the house, Jane can't shout for help because if you shout for help, James goes off the deep end.
Last time we do this. I shall miss that vocalising at night.
Hmm.
Can you hear it upstairs?
Yeah,
Yes.
I really miss that. Oh, is he nearly ready to go?
Edward, your fleece. You won't want to wear it in the car, will you?
Got soap, toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, CD player and CDs. Blue tack hasn't gone in yet. Medication, and that's
I'm
it.
going to use my fleece to help pack the bag.
So, William, this is your first time here. Just an instant opinion.
It looks a lot more like a house than what I was expecting. Just interested to get inside and see what it's like in there.
Hello. Hi.
Do you think he'll ever get homesick? I don't. James himself.
I think I worry about that, Edward. Whether he'll get homesick.
Can I shut the door?
It could go here.
What about on a door?
Posters up there.
What
We need to
about
talk
not-
about it. Right.
It's funny, we've waltzed in here and we've all moved into his room and we've sorted it out and we've quite enjoyed doing that. But actually James hasn't, he's still just sitting in the garden.
I'm not going to stick anything up until we're all agreed.
The difficult bit now is that now we don't want to go home really. Now he's here.
This is it.
No, it's not. It's not it. It's not it yet. I don't want to go quite yet.
No.
Tough moment.
Yeah. But he's happily settled. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye, James.
Bye, sweetie.
Let's play. Press a letter. Play music.
Hi, James. I can't believe this is it. Saying goodbye. Good time, mate.
Bye, Bill. See ya.
Thank you.
Right, bye-bye. Thanks, Annie.
Thank you.
And any time, give me a call. Yeah?
Yeah, will do.
Yeah.
I've never seen Edward touch James before. Kind of patted him, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He wanted to give him a hug.
Scared.
He wanted
to give him a hug. He couldn't quite cope with that because he is scared of him. And William, I think, was finding a new confidence with him as well. I think he knew he was saying goodbye.
I think he did.
Yeah.
We all left. I think he understood that
He
actually.
didn't try and come with us, actually.
No, he didn't.
This is James's song. I think it's our kind of Christian hope, really, for James. We couldn't wish more for him than God's peace.
Take from our souls the strain and stress, and let our older lives confess the beauty of your past.
Here we are, 24 hours after arriving home from taking James to McIntyre.
As I was just thinking back a couple of years when actually James was being really, really difficult. And actually you just wanted the challenging behaviour to stop, really. You just wanted to be released at that stage. And actually moving from there to here, and actually now the house, feeling very quite flat. You could hardly, when it was all so difficult, you could hardly imagine how it could feel the other way around, really.
We just started at 3 in the afternoon. We tipped out the whole of James's room. It was almost therapeutic. I kind of needed to do that.
You don't feel as though you're sweeping him away?
No, quite the opposite,
No.
actually. We're sweeping the old, horrible 2 years away. I tell you what we couldn't handle. I put back some photos and photograph albums that the school had asked for, and I couldn't cope with them as a little boy.
His photos when he was little.
Because when he's very little, we didn't know what was coming.
It was a very nice
And he
time
was a
with him when he was
beautiful little
He
boy.
He was, absolutely.
Golden curls.
Yeah.
Benjamin's got his concert. He's on an orchestral residential course. And in the past, we would have had to choose one of us to go. And this time it would have been very hard because it's
That would have
been
been
5
very
days, 5 hours playing a day, and it'll be a special concert. I'm going to get all upset again. It's really silly.
Yeah.
And we can both go.
We're used to him being gone for a night. It's only as time goes on, it begins to sink in gradually. This is different.
But anyway, we'll see him a week on Friday, won't we? Which will be really nice. I would like to have him here and give him a hug. You can't, can you? I'm a little bit guilty that perhaps we, had to hand him over.
And we hope the boys have been absolutely lovely over the process because they've been so interested and so involved, haven't they? They all wanted to say goodbye to James. And we hope that goes on. We hope they don't just kind of forget about him now, really. And these visits home are going to be very important, actually.
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll forget about it.
I don't think they will.
It's Sunday, the 5th of September, a cold and wet morning. James has been back for his first weekend. It's also his farewell in the church, where Charles is the vicar. William, quickly. Hi.
Hi.
How's it having James back for the weekend?
It's been very nice, actually. He's first thing he did as soon as he got in was find his way back to his room, which was we were expecting, but he was all smiles when Mum and Dad picked him up, apparently, so that was nice.
Apparently, I wasn't there when Mum and Dad picked him up, but apparently when they did, he when they came into his room, he actually tried to pick up his shoes and tried to went through the doorway to them.
I have never, in the 16 years we've had him, seen that moment where he clearly recognised us. The most beautiful smile. It was quite fleeting, but I've never had that acknowledgement before, ever.
And a very warm welcome to our Saints Alive all-age services.
I can't imagine what he thinks. That's why it's so important increasingly to me that we do see him regularly. I would have thought he probably is missing us.
Go! James is back here with us, if you've not noticed, which is lovely. He's back here for the weekend, going back to his residential school tomorrow.
He's just loved church. Absolutely loved it. I could not believe in a God who created James as he is. But, you know, we are part of a flawed world with lots of very bad and very good things.
Have you ever asked, why us?
No.
No, because if we felt it was God's decision was that it should happen to us, we would be saying God made James autistic, and we don't believe that.
One day he will be completely healed, won't he?
Yes.
So
yes.
I
Yes,
do
we do
believe that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do have a belief in God having an eternal purpose for all of us, and that absolutely includes James 100%.
And my expectations for him in this life are that he can live life to his full potential and with some joy in it.
Singing or jumping up and down on trampoline or whatever, really. We took him back Sunday afternoon. That was really hard.
I still feel guilty when we hand him back almost with relief. He did have to go.
You a happy boy? Very happy, aren't you?
So just fill me in a little bit about this event that you're going to tonight at the school.
Well, it's an open day followed by a barn dance.
I saw James and Jane and the helper just dancing together, three of them, and it was just completely wonderful, and James was completely
He was completely
absorbed in it.
Absorbed. Probably the best evening out I think we've ever had with him, actually.
We'll start with Baba Black Sheep, and I would like you, Baba Black Sheep, good talking, and I would like you to sing with me.
It's now 3 months now.
Really?
Yeah.
I keep telling everybody he's just gone. Suddenly realise I've had a day and I've not thought about him. You know, then you get worried I can't remember what he looks like. I would like to get him to join us for Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
And even if he's sitting in his own room with his dinner on his knee, I don't want to do Christmas dinner without James in the house. And Boxing Day, you could do a nice walk with James and take him home, couldn't you?
Yes, that'd be nice, very nice.
Take him home, meaning back to school, or...?
Dear, listen to that. Take him home, I meant school.
Yeah.
See, that's the beginning of the end, isn't it, to say that? That's really upsetting, actually. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Let James dig in it, Will.
Ben was playing the drums, and James was watching intently Ben playing the drums and absolutely very excited about it.
And then Edward got all pleased and proud because James was playing Ready, Steady, Go with him. Never had that. I mean, they usually scatter the minute James appears.
I am brand new 2011.
2011?
And James.
James.
I am still very scared about the future for James. And when we're not here, I still worry about what next. That's where faith comes in. Then I think God hasn't let us down yet.
Are you happier?
I would say relieved rather than happy
Yeah.
that he is being looked after.
I would still rather have him at home, if I'm honest. Because he's my son and I love him and I want him near me. But for James, it's a triumph, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we have by all accounts, a happy, well-motivated, busy son.
So I think, James, for you, it's time to check your timetable.
Back to term time again now after Easter. I think it's fair to say the honeymoon period has passed now.
We've noticed the last 3 or 4 times he's come home, his fingers are back in his ears. The first time today, this afternoon, I felt threatened. I haven't felt threatened since he went away. It was absolutely right that he went. But it's not, the fairy tale happy ending. I don't think we ever thought it would be, really.
Yes.
So I think there may be a painful recognition that life's never going to be easy for James.
He's going to need quite a lot of support as he gets older. It will be our responsibility to look after him and take him out and keep him close.
Does that feel like a burden?
It's going to be tough at times. It would be a shame if me and Ben and Ed turned away from him. So I really hope that we all stay close to him. And in 20 years' time, we'll all be very close brothers.
We have all missed him far more than we thought. He simplified life, actually.
Yes, he did. Yes,
And
did.
he liked a simple life, and I think he taught us to have a simple life. And I still wish it could be different. Then at the bottom line is I wish he wasn't severely autistic,
Yeah.
which he is. So there was no other way to go with him.
Wait.